What if a single red stone, glowing like a drop of living blood, carried within it the secret of divine fire? The ruby, stone of kings, stone of warriors, stone of alchemists. For thousands of years, this blazing gem was never seen as just an ornament. It was a sign of power, a medicine for the soul, and a mirror of the eternal fire within. In ancient India, the ruby was called manikya. The Shilpashastra describes it as a sacred stone placed inside pillars during rituals to channel stability and divine protection. The Rasashastra, a branch of alchemical Ayurveda, considered the ruby a substance that could strengthen compounds, enhancing both their healing and their mystical power. In Theravada Buddhism, the ruby became a lesson about desire. A story tells of a monk and a gemstone polisher, where greed and attachment to wealth stood in the way of enlightenment. The stone itself became a mirror, reminding us of the fire of our desires and the discipline needed to master them. Legends even spoke of artificial rubies, crafted with black fish dye and oil of mahua to intensify their radiance. Already, the dream of alchemy was alive, to transform matter, to make the hidden light shine brighter. And whether natural or man-made, the ruby was always linked to mystery, to knowledge, and to transformation. In Hermetic alchemy, the ruby embodies sulfur, the fiery masculine principle. It is the spark of spirit, the living flame the alchemist seeks to purify and unite with Mercury, the principle of fluidity and transformation. Some texts speak of the celestial ruby, a symbol of the philosopher's stone itself, perfected, radiant, condensing the fire of the sun into matter. For the alchemist, ruby is both symbol and tool, a symbol of the inflamed heart, burning with love and courage, a tool for meditation, guiding the transformation of passion into higher light. And so when the ruby shines, it is as if the soul of fire itself is whispering from within the stone. Close your eyes. Imagine that whisper of fire, speaking not to your mind, but directly to your heart. In Ayurveda, ruby was said to strengthen the heart, improve circulation, and awaken vitality. In medieval Europe, it was believed to guard against poison, to chase away melancholy, and to give warriors courage in battle. Kings wore it on their crowns, knights carried it into combat, and healers prescribed it as a talisman of life. To hold a ruby, they said, was to hold a fragment of the sun. Today, in crystal healing, the ruby is known as a stone of life force. It is said to awaken creativity, to inspire confidence, and to protect against exhaustion. But beyond these virtues, the ruby mirrors the inner fire of the heart. It confronts us with a choice: to surrender to greed, or to transmute passion into spiritual love. Picture for a moment a flame glowing in the center of your chest. That flame is your ruby, your personal jewel of fire. It asks you quietly, how will you tend me? Will you let me burn in anger or shine with compassion? Will you keep me hidden or share my light with the world? So, the ruby is far more than a precious gem. It is a spark of eternity, a fragment of divine fire crystallized in matter. From Vedic temples to alchemical Europe, it whispers the same truth. The real treasure is not the stone itself, but the inner flame it reflects. And perhaps, when we gaze into a ruby, we glimpse the reflection of our own burning soul. Thank you for joining this journey into the mysteries of the ruby. Subscribe to discover more stones, more symbols, and more secrets of alchemy.